This is a podcast of 98FM's Dublin Talks. Remember, catch the show live Monday to Friday at 10 a.m.
98FM's Dublin Talks with Adrian Kennedy.
98FM.
Here's a topic we've never spoken on this show before about, yet there are many people in Dublin who have very strong opinions about it. Fluoride in our water. Is it dangerous? Is it doing us harm? Why is the government putting it there? Is it a conspiracy? Well, a few weeks ago during a completely different conversation, we spoke to a woman who was anti-fluoride in our water and believes that the fluoride put into Irish water is doing us, and more importantly our children, more harm than good. Well, a scientific study out today has found that there are no health concerns for children and adults from exposure to fluoride. The mineral is added to public drinking water to help reduce tooth decay, especially in young people. The Food Safety Authority of Ireland report evaluated consumption of fluoride from the Irish diet by analysing 216 samples across 18 categories of the most commonly consumed foods and beverages, including 10 varieties of tea over the 2014 to 16 period. And the report found that there was no appreciable risk of even moderate dental fluorosis in children aged 1 to 8 arising from fluoride intake from foods and beverages. So this report has said there is no reason to be concerned. Joe, you're on 98FM. How are you, Joe?
I'm okay.
Joe, report out today saying there is no health risk from the addition of fluoride into our water. You believe we're being poisoned.
Well, I haven't drank tap water in about 10 years.
Right, fair enough.
I buy bottled water all the time. Fluoride, if it's for your teeth, right, you say you put it in for your teeth. Why do you put it into your stomach? Why don't you just rinse your mouth or spit it out? So it has to be doing something to your stomach. If you pour raw fluoride on concrete, it melts it. And
okay, but can I make it perfectly clear? Nobody is drinking raw fluoride in their drinking water, in their tap water.
Yeah, but it's diluted. So how much fluoride do you take a day? 8 glasses of water, they say. So how much fluoride is that if you have...
Would all that water be from your tap? Not necessarily.
Yeah, but say you have 10 pints or 10 cups of tea, 8 glasses of water. Say you have 4 or 5 pints that night. Drink a bottle of Coke and walk, you know what I mean? How much fluoride are you taking?
Okay, the Food Safety Authority has said that there is no appreciable health risk from the consumption or the addition of fluoride into our water.
So I'll go back to the real reason I texted in. I have an underactive thyroid. Mm-hmm. If I clean my teeth or drink water out of the tap, my thyroid swells up and makes me gag. If I use it, cleaning my teeth, fluoride toothpaste and water with fluoride in it, it makes me gag. So how is that good for you? Am I just the one person in this country that fluoride is okay for or not okay for?
That's a good question. I honestly can't answer that. I know. I wouldn't drink gallons of it, but I would drink an appreciable amount of tap water, be it in by the glass or in cups of tea or whatever, and I've never noticed anything. Now, maybe it's all building up inside me, but when an organisation like the Food Safety Authority, who conducted this study over between 2014 and 2016, when they say that there is no appreciable health risk, I kind of take their word for it.
Are they a government organisation?
They are.
So they're paid for by the government?
They're hardly going to manipulate a report.
Why not?
That's the sort of thing they do in North Korea. Joe, they do that in North Korea. Seriously, like. You're talking about professionals who would have carried out this report.
No, well, I only go by me.
Okay, and I accept that if that's the effects that it might have on you, that is concerning.
And the thyroid consultant in Connolly Hospital told me not to drink tap water. Simple answer to the problem.
Okay, well, stay there for 1 second. Suzanne, it was you we talked to a couple of weeks back, just on a completely separate issue. What do you think now that this report has come out saying that there is no particular health risk from fluoride in water?
I think it's all rubbish, to be honest with you, Adrian.
You still don't believe it?
No. 98 or 97% of Europe has no fluoride in their water.
That's correct.
Why is that?
That's actually something I didn't realise until today, believe it or not.
Yeah, so is all of Europe going around with rotten teeth because they have no fluoride in the water?
Well, let me just, for people, because like I said, I didn't realise this until today. In Northern Ireland, there is no fluoride. In Scotland and Wales, in most of England, there is no fluoride in the water. Austria, Belgium, let me see.
It was all banned. It
wasn't banned in a lot of countries. They never brought it in. Denmark, Finland, France, Germany, Luxembourg. These all are countries that have no fluoride added to their water. We do here in Ireland. In 71% of tap water available in the Republic of Ireland is fluoridated. If an organisation like the Food Safety Authority is saying that it is safe, then why would you be concerned?
Would you consider Ireland as being on the ball, like up there with all the European top countries? Would you say they're advanced like the...
Would I say they're more advanced than us?
Would you say the other countries are more advanced than us?
No, not particularly, no.
In newly developed countries, they're not putting fluoride in the water. Why not? Why have we got her in Ireland and we haven't got her in the other countries? Because it's too expensive to take it out of our treatment system. It's a cost to the Irish government, so they choose to leave it in. Now, they say in the results, they say it's not poison. As that guy says before me, it's uncontrolled. So I have a son, he could drink 5 glasses of water a day. I have a daughter, she could drink 2. So he's more at risk than her. Because it's uncontrolled. You have people that drink more water than others. A little bit of poison adds up to a lot.
Okay, so even though this report from the Food Safety Authority has said that there's no appreciable health risk, you're not prepared to accept that?
No, it's fluoride. Like that guy says, the thyroid. It's a destructive enzyme, like for your thyroid, all your hormones and all that. Now, James's Hospital, one of the biggest clinics down there is the endocrinologist clinic. Now, both my sister and I attended that a couple of years ago. We both had hormone imbalances. I got a system in, took fluoride out of my water. She didn't. She still attends there and I don't. So where's the logic?
Okay, stay there for a second. 6797 981 is our telephone number. You want to turn up your radio for this next story. Katrina, you're on 98FM. Hi, Katrina.
Yeah, how you doing, Adrian?
Good, Katrina. Go on, tell me your story, please.
Yeah, so I myself, I'm a Reiki healer and I do other kinds of energy healing, and I'm also a psychic medium.
Okay.
So I would do a lot of meditation and healing and home healing and that. So I did my own experiment with crystals and with energy healing on tap water. Because a doctor told me a long time ago, this was a GP, told me that there was fluoride and it did affect the DNA signals. That's what I was told, the messages being sent to our brain. So I, for 30 days, bottled tap water and I drank it from the bottle. But before I drank it, I healed that water for 10, 15 minutes. I placed a crystal inside it. And when you're healing, it's called high vibrational healing, which removes toxins and metals out of the water. Mm-hmm. After 30 days, and still to this day I do it, my memory increased, my psychic abilities increased, my own third eye visions, my inner vision, my energy connections, my sensing of things increased. So I know from my own experiment that whatever's in that water, whether it be fluoride or metals or toxins, that it does damage a lot of stuff. Like if you look...
Katrina, there is no such thing as 100% pure water with no...
Yeah, I agree.
...anything in it.
I agree, but listen, and I tell you, right, we have what's called the pineal gland in our brain, and that is what connects us to our inner vision, our third eye, our sense, our psychic abilities. Everybody has this ability to feel, to understand, to know, to connect. We have forgotten about that. Not that only that we've forgotten about it, but fluoride plays a big role in shutting down that connection to your pineal gland. And only when a person starts to meditate again, does energy healing, reduces fluoride and different toxins from the body, increases the health food, the fruits, the vegetables. It's like, ask anyone that does that kind of stuff. They'll tell you that their abilities have grown only by doing those things. So I'm not saying that
So
it's
sorry,
only fluoride.
how do I get this mega water?
No, you don't get mega water. If you look back, right, in the ancient, even if you look back in America, the ancient Indians, even the Indians, the older people, long time ago, they say that water is life. Before drinking that water, they would spend time, healing that water, bringing light into that water, crystallizing that water. What they know it as purifying it. And still to this day around the world, there's people dying to protect water.
Absolutely,
from
I know that.
pipelines.
Yes, I know.
You know that.
Yeah.
And that's because they know that water is conscious. It's conscious. It has a thinking mind itself.
Oh no! Obviously, we need water to survive. But okay,
Right.
You believe that there are. Well, let me read this. Sorry, Katrina, to cut across you because I want to squeeze in as many calls as we can on this. As we speak, says this message from Robbie in Crumlin, I have a company fitting a purifier to my tap system. Also, the water was checked, and the toxins that were in it would shock you. And I have the video to back it up. Love to see that, Robbie. Send it in to us if you would, please. The Food Safety Authority of Ireland has issued a report on fluoride in our public drinking water. As we mentioned, Ireland is one of a few countries in Europe that consciously adds fluoride to our drinking water. It was said to be, for many years, for our dental health. The Food Safety Authority is saying, no, don't worry about this. This is not causing any appreciable damage to us at all. That's what they say from their scientific study carried out on 2014 to 2016. It evaluated the consumption of fluoride from the Irish diet and basically said there is no appreciable risk of moderate dental fluorosis in children aged 1 to 8 of 8 years of age arising from fluoride intake from foods and beverages. Mick, you're on 98 FM. How are you, Mick?
How's it going?
What,
Where's your X-Files music?
Sorry?
Where's the X-Files music?
I don't have X-Files music. Why?
Have you got a tinfoil hat on?
I haven't got a tinfoil hat on, no.
I tell you, God bless these people. Jesus Christ. And your woman there, I think people protect water around the world because they know they need it to bloody survive, not because they can think it has a consciousness.
Yeah, okay.
Wow. I didn't know what the hell I just rang into there, man, when she started talking. Hey, Jim, listen, I have two kids, 7 and 13, and all they drink is water out of the tap. I don't allow them to have fizzy drinks, only for the weekend. Now, both my kids are fine. They both had their dental checkups yesterday. No cavities. Their teeth are brand new. One's in boxing. One's in athletics. They're both healthy as horses. So if everyone's water has toxins in it, why doesn't it affect my kids? But it's affecting all these tinfoil hat wearing weirdos.
Is that what you think? I mean, when you hear, Mick, that fluoride, for example, which is consciously added to our water here in the Republic, isn't in many, many other countries in Europe. We're one of the few that don't add it to our water. Does that not worry you a little bit? And you kind of think, well, why do the rest not do it?
Well, the proof is in the bloody pudding. If it was really poisonous, you'd hear about it a lot bloody more. The government can't cover up every medical problem that comes up. I'm sure if it was in everybody tap and it was highly dangerous, we'd all be attending hospital a lot more bloody frequently.
Suzanne, are you still there?
Yes.
Well, basically what he's saying is if this was affecting us as severely as you think it is, then we'd all be in hospital every day of the week.
It's not immediate effect. It builds up in the body and it causes long-term effects like Alzheimer's down the line, cancer. Now, a point I would make, you're doing all the facts there and you're giving all the facts. There's loads of facts about fluoride, but I'm not going to get into all that because I'm busy.
No, and in fact, I have been on, for example, the website for Ireland's campaign for fluoride-free water, who, by the way, we've been trying to contact all day to get on the programme and without success. But anyway, the offer was there. But let me read this message, Suzanne, and it says, I'm a chemical engineer who has studied water treatment extensively in college and deal with water treatment on a daily basis. And I can assure you there are no harmful effects from fluoride in water. there is fluoride in your toothpaste too. Now, we all know there's fluoride in our toothpaste. Do you brush your teeth?
Well, just say, for example, right?
Sorry, I assume you brush your teeth with toothpaste with fluoride in it.
No, a fluoride-free one that I get in the health shop. So, yeah.
Oh, I didn't even know there was such a thing.
Now, when I started researching this 9 years ago, when my father was sick, we were out to save him. He was going to die, and we wanted to save him. And one of the obvious things that we had to change was his diet and his water intake. So we changed that. Now he defeated every odds. He was given 3 months, and he lasted 2 years because we changed his water and his diet. And he was called American Man in James's Hospital, all that crack. But the more we go, the further on we get on in life, people are researching this, and it's just, if you're educated, you know about it. If you're not, you're not.
Okay, and you've made it your business to be. Stay there for a second. Paul, you're on Dublin's 98 FM. How are you, Paul?
How you doing?
Paul, you've been told about all the rubbish that's in our water.
Yeah, so I had a guy in the car recently up in Grange Castle from a pharmaceutical company I won't mention. And he went into great detail all about fluoride in water. And he said, you're welcome to ring up any microbiologist in any university and ask them about the aluminium that's found in the water out of any lake. So I went one further and I rang a professor in Trinity College that could tell me that they done leaf samples and water samples from Blessington Lakes and found aluminium in the water up there. Even after boiling the kettle 10 times, he says, the professor says, there's still aluminium in the water and something else. So where does that come from? And we're drinking it. So
okay, do you drink tap water at all?
No.
Do you even use it? Do you use it in a cup of tea?
That's the problem. I boil it, but it doesn't matter how many times. We all drink tea and coffee. So, as I said, listening to the professors talking about it, these guys are coming into meetings, and they tell you that you should boil your water all the time. Don't just or distill the water. That's what the professor told me in the car. Distill the water. It's not common in Ireland, but it's huge in America. Distilling water.
Yeah, distilling water is letting it boil and capturing the steam, isn't it? If I'm not mistaken.
I don't know. I've never done it.
I think that is what distilling water is.
Yeah, but
maybe somebody can
he
correct
says
me.
Under no circumstances should you just turn on the tap. Everyone takes it for granted that there's not enough. There's not enough research into the water before you just turn that tap on and give the child a glass of water because you think that's acceptable. You wouldn't put a child into a room full of cigarette smoke because it's bad for them.
Yes.
So, before they start drinking, and even the professor says to me as well that the bottles of water that's in the fridge in the shop, before they get to that fridge, they're stored in a warehouse for months. He said you wouldn't, and leaving bottles of water in cars as well on a sunny day with the heat does damage to the water. So you have to be very careful giving the water to the kids,
All right, let me just squeeze. I know I've been listening to you, Paul. I want to just squeeze in one last call. In fact, sorry, Robbie, that was you that sent in the WhatsApp. You're getting a filtration system put onto your water supply. And how do you know what the water that you're going to get after that is going to be lovely?
Well, I'll test it again just to see. Well, I mean, it's a reputable company, so I don't see why it wouldn't be, But these guys, even like my brother has.
Sorry, Robbie. Obviously, they're going to tell you the water is shite because they're trying to sell you a filtration system.
Yeah, I know that, but it's my brother's mate that tests the water, not the company.
Oh, right, okay.
So I'll get him to check it again now.
Okay, sorry to cut across you, Robbie. I'm actually way out of time. Could talk about this all day, but the clock is ticking away. Thanks, Robbie. And thank you, all of you, for your call. Beep, 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 beep. The clock's gone.
This is a podcast of 98FM's Dublin Talks. Remember, catch the show live Monday to Friday at 10 a.m.
98FM's Dublin Talks with Adrian Kennedy.
98FM.